Bruce, this is your video from your February 2nd, 2016 lesson. The first thing I did was reviewed your current swing versus a previous video. And there's some improvements, and I just wanted to point out some things. And the first part of this video is going to be working on what I think is a foundation for you to find more power and and better direction. And the second part will be kind of like the bonus portion where we're going to think more about delivering the club to the ball and seeing where we can generate more power at some point with improved tempo, which is the number one thing for you now, I believe. As that improves and you get it a more efficient swing, I think we can start turning towards delivering the club to the ball. So let's look at the comparison. Right off the bat, it seems like the one on the right is an earlier video. I like this angle better. See how the swing plane is at a better angle. It cuts through your belt buckle or a little below it and cuts through this way. So, there's probably, 10 more degrees in this angle, which is your arms to the shaft. I like that. It shows me that the club is down more in your fingers. The current video, see how this angle isn't as great as over here, and that indicates to me that it's kind of running up instead of under that left pad on the pad on your left hand palm. It's running across it. So we have to think more of getting the club more in our fingers. But anyway, now as we take this back, let's see an earlier video. When you take this back, everything looks good, but then there's this kind of the shoulder turn here is really flat. See, the shoulders aren't in a good. See, they really haven't changed. This is a very flat turn, and what happens is that front shoulder bumps into your chin, and that restricts your backswing. So yeah, the knee is restricting it, but the number one thing is here. Now, when that shoulder bumps into your chin, which is right now, watch what happens to your head. Here's your hairline right at your ear here. Now, as it bumps in here, now you come up drastically. And look at the shoulders. They're just at a very improper slant. Okay, so you got that restricting your backswing, also this. Now, I believe you sense that right here something's going bad and you quick out of it. So you go like this and then bam, down. Now the current one is way better. So as you take it back, see how this shoulder tilt is better? Clearly, that right shoulder is higher than the left. That's good. That's better. That's an improvement. But you have the same issue. Eventually, it bumps right into your chin. It's just a little later. Then at that, you come out of it. But you see, the movement isn't that as great. It moved to it moved from the red hairline to the green, and this one moved from the yellow hairline to the green. So much less movement here, and that's because of the shoulder tilt. Now, we just have to, the question is, how do you prevent that shoulder? Well, you have to work on your chin's up pretty good. If you pre-rotate your head like Nicholas did and get your nose pointed behind the ball maybe a foot or so, then, and you can actually work in the mirror and getting that shoulder under your chin. You know, Hogan maintained he wore out, and Woods also wore out his, well, Woods doesn't have shirts long enough, but Hogan did, wore out the top of his shoulder of a shirt by getting under his chin. But anyway, okay, so we need to fix that, number one. And then when it comes up here, you know, this is pretty good. Now here's why you're a really good golfer, is that this is a positive of your swing, and this is why you can get by with really an incomplete backswing. Is watch the butt of the club. It goes straight down, the way it should be, linear. Most of us have a little loop in there. That's really good, and the club's in plane the entire travel. Look at this. I'm playing the entire travel down here. Look at this. This is really good. So, but you're coming from such a weak position and clicking out of it, you can't really take advantage of it. That move is really good. Now, we can improve it because the camera's a little screwed up, but you get the idea. So, it happens when we improve it. We can keep the head still, and obviously the number one ingredient is improve the tempo. Number two is to get that shoulder under your chin and keep your butt against the back wall. See, when you get here, you lose your spine angle. Head goes up, butt comes away from the wall. So when you come down, you're away from the wall, and you come out of it more. So at impact, you have no spine angle, and you're away from the wall by 10 inches, 6 to 10 inches, something like that. So one of the later things we did the other day was putting against the backboard or buttboard, and that's going to help out wonders. So do some swings, with the high back chair against your butt. Put your arms across your shoulders without a club. Put your butt against the wall and rotate around your spine, keeping one of the cheeks in the back wall. Things like that. Now the bonus program is we want to work really hard to get you to this position at the top. See how his shoulder goes under his, well, what I'm suggesting is you pre-turn your head like Nicholas. See how his nose is pointed behind the ball, maybe a foot and a half. And see how that shoulder goes under his chin, pretty much under his chin, and he gives a little more rotation there. So we want to get, you and I can't get to that spot, but we can get to this spot. And you have the flexibility, but we have to just get in the mirror and get this left leg caved in towards the right. His right cheek's back against the wall. And we want to get to this position. Now, this is the bonus program. We're going to talk about delivering the club. All this work to get it to the right spot at the top with good tempo is our next, so the next position we need to get is this position. And you'll find a lot of improvement in distance. If you can mimic this position. So we'll save this for you too. We call it a pre-impact. So we want to get to this position because here's the position we want at impact, and there's no way we can get it if our knee is against this line here. So this is a bonus thing, just something we look forward to. But when with your butt coming away from the back wall and at quick tempo, we can never get to this spot. See, once we get to this spot, then impact is just automatic.